Hello, everyone. So I was supposed to be live today on a session around overcoming imposter syndrome, and we had some tech issues. Not connecting to LinkedIn Live properly. So I'm here kind of to check out my own streaming software and make sure it works, but also because I thought, well, might as well just drop in while I've got a moment. I've not been live on LinkedIn or any other platform for a little while. So I thought, why not just pop in and kind of chat for 5-10 minutes or so just about imposter syndrome. So feel free to say hi if you're around. You're welcome to add questions, add comments as I talk, or I might just end up talking to myself. So I just wanted to start by kind of talking about imposter syndrome, I suppose, for me, has appeared at different ways at various stages within my career. And I'll definitely, when we rearrange the imposter syndrome session that we were going to do, I will be going into more detail about this and sharing more examples. And I'll be bouncing off Laura Morris, who is absolutely amazing, brings a whole different perspective from the construction industry. I bring from the tech industry. We're going to be exploring it together. But I just wanted to do a couple of quick highlights, really, of the things I was going to talk about. And that idea that imposter syndrome throughout my career, at the start of my career, I felt like an imposter. I was a new grad going into a job with a load of experienced people. I was becoming a coder. I was learning to program on the job. I had a maths degree. I'd done a little bit, but I had to very quickly get up to speed with what I was doing. And I really didn't know that I belonged. I didn't have that confidence. And for me, this is a kind of a key thing that I find that when I talk to people about imposter syndrome, self-doubt is always there. That is a big thing. So doubting yourself, imposter syndrome, they kind of go hand in hand. They're both kind of sets of negative thinking that is just there in the background. So there's that element. I'm just going to message. So there's that side of things. But then going through my career later, I then got promoted to manager. Again, I was quite young to be a manager. I didn't have the experience. I got thrown into it, and suddenly I was trying to learn the management skills, and I didn't. I clearly someone had recognized I did have the skill. And again, this is another one that I come back to with people, is that you're put in a position, if you're questioning yourself, questioning whether you deserve, whether you belong, whether you have the skills that are needed to do the role. If someone has interviewed for you to do the role and you've been honest and they've put you in there, then they've judged that you have that capability. It's not all on you. It's not just like, you might not have the skills, but that doesn't mean that they don't see the potential in you. And so they're going to be there to help you grow and help you develop. And that was what happened to me, being thrown into a management role and being put there just to grow, to develop, with someone seeing my potential and failing a lot. I really didn't feel like I belonged, but now looking back, I see the skills I've developed. I see what I managed to do. I see that actually, do you know what? I did a really good job of it, despite the fact that I didn't have the skills that I thought I should have. And so while that self-doubt was there, if I'd have just believed in myself, how different would it have been? How much would I have stepped up even more? How much more potential might I have had if I'd not had this negative thinking and doubt in my head the whole time? And then there's times when I've been, for me, the games industry has been a big one, going and working with the games industry when I'm not a huge gamer. I don't do loads of online gaming or anything like that, but I do love playing games. But sometimes I just don't feel like I belong. Sometimes I feel like I stand out because I'm there. I'm a woman. There's not that many women go to games events, or there weren't. It's improving. You just feel like you don't have the language. You don't have someone starts talking at you, especially sometimes with programmers, and they throw a load of jargon and you're just like, I have no clue what you're saying. And I get that, not just in the games industry, but I also get it a lot sometimes in my role at ITV, with working with programmers, working with people who are experts, and they kind of assume that you'll know, and why wouldn't you know? Being brave and going, well, I don't know but I have other areas of expertise. I don't know, and that's okay, because I can question you, I can ask you, I can actually help draw you out so you're better explaining to other people. As I've developed through my career, I've got more and more comfortable with not knowing, and being more and more comfortable with not having the skills that I think I should have, or the knowledge that I think I should have to deserve to be in the role that I'm in. And I think for me, that's helped me manage with imposter syndrome. And so what I'm saying is, I don't never feel it. I don't never have self-doubts. I've had self-doubts all morning, kind of about to jump onto a call and do a live. I always have those doubts. What if I mess up? What if everything goes wrong? What if someone laughs at me? What if someone asks me a question that I can't answer? What if they listen to what I'm saying? Well, that's not right. She's not talking about the right thing there. All of these things come into my head. The thing that I've managed to learn, and I wish I'd known earlier, was that, and even if all that stuff happens, I'll still be okay. Because when that has happened, when I've messed up, when things have gone horribly wrong, when someone has laughed at me, it's hurt and it's been difficult, but I've recovered. I've got back on my feet and the next thing has happened, and like time has made it easier, life has carried on, and I have learned and grown from that. So that is the biggest thing that I see, is that even when we feel like this, knowing that we're going to be okay, knowing that I'll find my way through. And if we're questioning whether we will, well, what's the other option? If we don't find our way through, like, does that mean we're going to die as a result of not doing this thing, of getting it wrong? No, there's always going to be life in us. We can always find a way. And so that's the really big sort of essential thing for me, is just recognizing that at some point I'll be okay. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that that's given you a bit of a taster of what we're going to be talking about. And I'm sure Laura will bring some really different perspectives on this, and just kind of share kind of some of her views and what she thinks. And I'm really looking forward to having this conversation. We haven't got a rescheduled date yet. We're just looking at it, but it's going to be in the next week or so, I'm sure. And we will open up for questions. If there are questions off the back of what I've shared, you're welcome to drop them in. We will make sure that we bring them in wherever possible as well. We'll use that to guide us. But yeah, it will be streamed on the Coders Guild on LinkedIn. There will be a event for it, so look out for that. Head over there. And also Coders Guild, a brilliant organization to connect with. They have so much amazing training, including a program that I'm kind of helping them out with and running and Laura's running as well, around leadership for women in male dominated areas like tech and construction. So go check them out. They are well worth looking at, and come and find out more about us as well. Come and join the event. See you all soon, and have a fantastic afternoon.